time to add some behaviors to our objects. Now, let's work with attack first. We'll just implement these 3 behaviors: attack, run away, and look. So attack, I think, is the most interesting. We'll start there. Now, the first thing we're going to need, remember, is the game said a creature of such and such type appears or has come out of the forest. And what do you want to do to it? So that part is not here yet. We do have our creatures. They're up here, but I need to get one, and randomly selecting one seems like the ideal thing to do. So we can come down here and say something like active creature is something. Now, in many languages, you can get random numbers, random integers, and so on. And you know that if I had a random integer, I could come over here and say, if I had randomly selected an index, I could come over here and say creature some index and pull that out. But in true Python fashion, Python has a better way to do that. It still involves a random module. So we'll start there. Add that at the top, and then we'll say choice. So we can go over here and say, I have a set of items. I would like to randomly get one. So we'll say, I would like to just randomly select a creature. So let's do a little print statement to just say what that creature is. We'll say a curly, so, the name of the creature or something, has appeared from a dark and foggy forest. Something like that. Now, maybe we'll want to add the level, so we'll say of level. That's very important in knowing whether we should attack it. So then we can say dot format, active creature dot name, and active creature dot level. Let's just add a little extra space here. So let's go ahead and run it. Just make sure this randomly choosing a creature is working for us. Yes. So this part up here, we could probably get rid of that. All right, here's our game. Oh, a bat of level 3 has appeared from a dark and foggy forest. Do you want to attack, run away, or look around? And it doesn't really matter what we press. It's just going to go around and around. You can see each time through, it's randomly selecting an item. So the sort of activating a random creature for a particular round is working. Now, next thing to do is work on what we do when we actually attack it. How we do this, there's a couple of ways. Depending on how you want the features of this game to evolve, there's maybe one way of doing it that's better than another. But I think the simplest and straightforward one is to assume that only wizards can attack creatures and maybe other wizards, but creatures don't initiate the attack. They don't have this concept of being an attacking creature. They can be in a battle, but they are not the one who initiates it. And if that's the case, which I'm going to say for this little game, since I'm writing it, that's the case, putting some kind of attack behavior on the wizard, so the wizard knows how to attack creatures, is the way to go. So we'll come over here and we want to say something like hero dot, and then you can see we have our level and our name that we created in the init method. And we want to add not just data, but behavior. So let's go over here to our actors where we have our wizard, and we'll define, just like any other method, we're going to define a method called attack. These instance methods, they always take the self parameter. When you invoke them from the outside, you don't specify the self or anything like that, not explicitly anyway. But when you define them, they do. That's just how Python classes work. And then you can pass the actual arguments that appear to the caller. So the thing we want to pass is some kind of creature. And we'll just print something like, and we want to refer to the name of the wizard that is the particular instance, the object that was generated from this class. That would be the self parameter, right? So we'll say self.name, and then the creature also has a name and a level, so we'll go like that. So let's go over here now. We say dot attack. Well, if I just say dot, now we have our data and our behavior. And we'll come down here and attack the creature, so that'll be active creature. Now, we still have a lot of work to do to determine whether they win and figure out even what the algorithm is for winning or losing or fighting, but we should be able to at least test this out. Okay, a bat of level 3 has appeared from a dark and foggy forest. Let's attack it. Why not? So the wizard Gandalf attacks bat. So let's go finish our attack method. Now, PyCharm has some really cool ways to navigate around. I could come over here, and if I hit Command B, it will actually take me over to that method, wherever it happens to be defined, right? There's only 2 files. It's pretty straightforward to find it. But in real projects, you might have 50 files. And where did this piece come from? That can be really tricky. So that's a super helpful feature. You can also hold down Command, and then all of these things basically become hyperlinks. And so I'll click over here, and it'll take us straight to attack. So this print part, this is going well. Now what we want to do is decide on the algorithm. And my simple algorithm I'm going to use for this game is the level of the creature and the level of the wizard are going to be factored into this. And we're going to have, what would be more geeky and Dungeon and Dragony than a 12-sided die. So you're going to roll a 12-sided die, multiply it by your level, and then whoever rolls the higher number is going to win that battle. So that will go something like this. I'll just call it my roll equals. Now I want a random number between 0 and 12. So we'll say random, and just like before, we'll import this. We'll say rand int, and we're going to give it 1 to 12. And I'm going to multiply that by the wizard, because this is the wizard's throw, by the level. And similarly, we're going to have creature roll, and it's going to be the creature's level. Yeah. And then we're just going to compare. But first, before we do, so you get some visibility into what's happening, let's do a print statement. You roll some number, my roll, and then we'll say the creature, like bat or toad or whatever, rolls. Then finally, we're going to do a test to see who rolled the higher number. And I'm going to assume if the creature and the wizard tie, because the wizard has the element of surprise, he's going to win. So that would look something like this. If my roll is greater than or equal to creature roll, then let's return true to say that we won. On the other hand, we could return false here. Now, we also want to give a little visibility like print. The wizard has handily defeated whatever it was, right? So we'll say .format, creature.name. So down here we can say the wizard has been defeated. Let's change it so we don't use the same word. Say triumphed over. Okay. There's a couple of things going on here that are not fantastic. One of them is that this attack method really should be performing the attack. It should be doing this algorithm here, and it should be doing sort of this decision here, determining whether or not you've won or the creature has won. But it's also doing this kind of UI management stuff. Now, in this simple game, we're just going to leave it here. But in a real application, you want to somehow separate, if possible, the UI piece from the core logic of our game. So we're kind of violating that rule here, but just because we're just getting started with classes, let's just keep it simple and roll with this. All right, let's test our attack method. Okay, a tiger of level 12 has appeared out of the forest. Let's go ahead and attack since, well, that's the only thing we've done. And it looks like I forgot something in my print string. So notice here there's 1, 2 placeholders, but only one value provided. Let's go fix that really quick. Okay, now let's try it again. All right, this time that same tiger has appeared. Let's attack it. Okay, the wizard Gandalf attacks tiger, and you roll 375. The tiger, a meager 24. So the wizard has handily defeated the tiger. Now, something more serious has happened. A dragon of level 50. Let's give that thing a shot. Oh no, we only got 75. The dragon did 100, and we have been defeated. Now, there's really no consequence for us to be defeated. And if we look around, we haven't implemented that part yet. But if we did, you would see that all the creatures are still there, even though they've been defeated. Let's do a little work on the consequences of being defeated. So over here, we'll say if when the hero attacks a creature, they win, what we should probably do is remove that creature from the game. This creatures list holds all the living creatures. So we can do something really simple like this. Creatures.remove and just give it the creature. Active creature. On the other hand, if the hero loses, there's two possibilities here. One could be, that's it, the game's over, you're done. The other one is maybe the hero wasn't killed all the way. They're just defeated. So they have to go rest and recover. It's pretty straightforward to say print game over, break, without the semicolon, break. So let's look at what we might do if we want to make it pause. So to make it sort of appear to pause, we'll come over here and we'll say time, and I just did an import time above. I say time.sleep, and that's a number of seconds. It takes a floating point number, so I could do like 0.001 for a millisecond, something like that. And let's say you're going to sleep for 5 seconds, and we'll say something like this, print like this. And then we could print the wizard returns revitalized. And let's just add a new line down here at the end of all this. So there's some space. Okay. So here's the consequence of either winning or losing this attack round. So when the hero attacks, the creature is removed from the game. When the hero loses, we've decided that actually the game is not over, but that the hero has to go rest for a while. So let's try that. Okay, again, a tiger of level 12. We've seen we have a good chance against that. Let's go. All right. So we have beaten the tiger. Now, what you can't really tell, I guess we haven't verified it yet, is we haven't implemented look around. So let's do that really quick. It's just so we can see that our creatures are going away. So what we want to do is just say something like the wizard so-and-so takes in the surroundings and sees. Then I want to loop over each of the creatures. So we'll just say, remember our for in loop. So we'll say for see in creatures. And we'll print out maybe a little sort of placeholder thing like this. And we'll say a name of level such and such. And again, a format would be nice here. So we'll say c.name, c.level. And maybe that fits on one line. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Now we can see if our remove is working. Okay, so the tiger again, every single time it's the tiger. All right, tiger, attack. Oh, we definitely defeated him. Uh-oh, a dragon of level 50. That's not so good. So we'll look around, and apparently we're going to need to put something there. A toad of level 1, a bat of level 3, a dragon, and an evil wizard. Well, the dragon is away, the toad is out. We can attack it, and beat it, of course, and we can look around again. Now, the toad and the tiger gone. Let's attack the bat. Again, we've defeated it. Now it's just the dragon and the evil wizard. It's going to get a little bit harder for us here. I still got to fix this, but let's go ahead and do this. Attack. What are we going to attack? The dragon? Maybe we can beat that. Oh, we've won. Okay, now it's just down to the evil wizard. There's almost no chance we're going to win here, but let's give it a shot. Oh no, the wizard has been defeated. He runs and hides, taking time to recover. Now notice, it actually stopped for that 5 seconds, and then it went on. Let's do it again. I'm sure we'll lose. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting up, and there we go. So that's our time.sleep. Excellent. Let's just get out of here for now. You can see we forgot our format here. Hero.name. Well, the very last thing to implement is just run away, and that is super easy to do. Let's just say print the wizard has become unsure of his power and flees. All right, so let's look around. Whoops. Focus, focus, focus. Look around. All right, so the wizard is looking around. He sees all these things. Oh my gosh, this toad is frightening. Run away. All right, so the wizard has become unsure of his power and flees. Now a tiger appears. Let's attack it. Excellent, we defeated it. Now if we look, the tiger's gone. I think our game is very nearly done. There are a couple of things we're going to come back and look at, because the way we've written it here, while it works in this simple scenario, is not maybe the best way to model things. So we're going to do one more pass on this and make sure we have everything just right.